Welcome back to Halftime Report. Let's talk about the sowing numbers now. And Rabi is one of the major crops that is within the Rabi is wheat. And we've seen the sowing numbers increase almost by 15%. Not a surprise there really, because in this year we've seen the prices gain up by almost 2% is the reason that the government had to ban exports. And the buffer stock with the government also is nearly half of what they had last year. Siraj Hussain is former Agriculture Secretary and he also joins us now on the show. Mr. Hussain, hi, welcome. How do you look at the overall sowing numbers up by nearly 8% as compared to previous year and the kind of sowing that wheat clearly has seen go on?
Sowing numbers are very encouraging. I think the farmers have taken into account the loss to wheat crop last year and the possibility of a lower paddy crop. The farmers would have also noticed that the wheat inflation is about 18% year-to-year inflation, and even in case of rice, it is touching 10%. So they would be hoping to realize better prices, and that is why we see good numbers of sown area under wheat higher than last year.
Clearly, a bit of a disappointment clearly seen in case of the pulses. But then again, last year did not see pulses prices move too much. We've seen many of the pulses prices actually at or below MSP as well. And that clearly shows into the number there. I mean, I agree, these are still early days and you've said that to us already. But do you think that this is one area where it could surprise us on the lower side at the end of it?
I would not be surprised if the area under chana is lower than last year. And the reason is that the chana prices have almost consistently remained below MSP for about a year. The future trading of chana is banned. When the new Rabi crop came in March, April, the chana prices were lower than MSP. And there is uncertainty whether the ban on future trading will be lifted or not. So I think we may well see area under chana going down.
You mentioned about the futures ban, Mr. Hussain, and that deadline of SEBI's 1 year expires on 20th of Jan 2022. That would be exactly 1 year since many of those, or rather 7 of the agriculture commodities were banned for derivatives trading. What's your sense? The government has been meeting people. There has been a CDAC meeting on that as well. Do you think it's time now, given the kind of volatility that we've seen in many of these commodities, for this trade to come back?
I, for one, would hope that ban on several of these commodities will be lifted. But I do not know whether the decision-making is preceded by wide enough consultations. So I don't really know. But I think the government has already received information from various quarters, and I think they would be distilling that information and coming to a decision very soon.
All right, that's a hopeful thing to look at. But just coming back to the numbers then, and when you look at the Rabi sowing, another encouraging number really comes in from the oilseeds area, up by 12.8% as compared to the previous year. Mustard is up 14.7% as well. So within oilseed, actually, mustard seems to be doing the best.
Actually, farmers would be expecting good price of mustard because last 1 year, especially after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we have seen very high prices of edible oils, especially in the beginning, that is February, March and April. So the farmers would be expecting a very good price of mustard. The new varieties introduced by various companies like Corteva, etc., also seems to be very encouraging. They are working in the field with the farmers and they claim that their hybrids are giving 15 to 20% higher productivity. However, I must say, especially in the light of discussions in the last 2 weeks on climate change, that we can only hope that the temperature will stay low, because wheat plants require 14 to 15 degrees of optimum temperature at the time of ripening. And if the temperatures are higher, as they were last year in the month of March, then the crop loss will be very disturbing this year.
And, it's not just about pulses where we have seen the sowing decline by 3.7%. The lentils number does not look so good as well, down 7.5%. Core cereal sowing is down by 2.8% as well. I mean, the PM also seems to be talking about lentils a lot, and there has been a lentil mission that we were reading about too. So when you look at lentils, pulses, core cereals, what's your sense here?
Actually, and I've been writing about it, that the landed cost of these commodities should not be lower than the MSP. And the government should protect the MSP by fine-tuning the landed cost by adjusting the import tariff from time to time. So one reason why the lentil prices are lower is the import parity, due to which imports have been coming. Also, we have signed agreement with some countries. So I'm hoping that the government will be more agile, and the tariffs will be adjusted from time to time, and the MSP will be protected so that the farmers are incentivized to grow pulses,
All
especially
right.
lentils and chana.
So some measures need to be taken there, but no surprises really here, because we are looking at oilseeds, rice and wheat sowing numbers on the higher side, and the prices have been higher, and the kind of measures that the government has taken clearly has led to farmers onto these things. Thank you, Mr. Hussain, so much for joining us with your analysis on those sowing numbers. With that, it's a wrap on Halftime Report. Business Lunch will take all the action ahead.